Ferrari 488 GTB Project VOS-9X by VOS Performance. The Ferrari 488 GTB. What else is there to say about a car that exudes everything we love about Ferraris? Exotic design? Check. Powerful engine? Check. Prancing Horse badge on the hood? Check. The 488 GTB is an incredible car in every sense of the word, yet there are those who believe that enough is never enough when you can get more out of it. That's the beauty of the aftermarket business, because it always comes up with a program or two to make cars like the 488 GTB that much more interesting. On that note, that's exactly what VOS Performance did when it released a well-thought-out kit for Maranello's latest Road Warrior. The program is called VOS-9X, and, while the name doesn't give us a lot of concrete hints on what the entire kit comes with, the name does come with the number 9, which could be an indicator on the amount of power the 488 GTB will have once VOS Performance's program is completely installed. It's also worth noting that the tuner offers a full menu's worth of upgrades, from the supercar's exterior all the way to its suspension. That's more than what you can say for other programs we've seen for the 488 GTB, so in some ways, this may be the program owners of the supercar have been waiting for. In the end, it all comes down to expectations. I can set the table as much as I want, but the real worth of a tuning program will largely depend on what the people getting it will think about it. Is VOS Performance's program for the Ferrari 488 GTB worth the price of admission? Read on to find out. Continue after the jump to read more about VOS Performance's VOS-9X kit for the Ferrari 488 GTB. Exterior. Let's get the ball rolling, since VOS Performance left little to chance with the aerodynamic kit it developed for the Ferrari 488 GTB. The upgrades are all-encompassing, so prepare for changes to the supercar's front, side, and rear profiles. The most prominent change in the front is the lower end of the bumper, where the two vertical struts and the front wing have been upgraded with carbon fiber versions of themselves. The latter, in particular, appears to be larger and longer, extending all the way to the wheel arches. Move to the side and you'll see that the side sills and mirror caps are different, and the splitter that divides the air scallop found on the contoured rear arches have also been replaced with carbon fiber. The theme here is becoming clear, isn't it? VOS Performance upgraded the aero parts with versions made from carbon fiber. It's no different in the rear section, where a new monoblock carbon fiber rear wing dominates the conversation. It's a dramatic upgrade from both an aesthetic and aerodynamic point of view, with the latter coming with the purpose of significantly improving the 488 GTB's downforce. The exterior upgrades get a final touch with a new set of 21-inch forged alloy wheels from Spanish wheels company Loma. These wheels are shod in Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires measuring 225/35 in the front and 325/25 in the rear, respectively. Interior. Note: interior from standard Ferrari 488 GTB shown here. Sadly, VOS Performance's VOS-9X kit doesn't come with any interior upgrades. As fancy as the 488 GTB's interior already is, there is still some potential there for a tuning program to put in the work to make it more suited for the luxury ride that it also is. But alas, the tuner left this part of the supercar alone, so those who are interested in the kit will have to settle for an untouched interior. It shouldn't be doom and gloom, though, since Ferrari already put in the work to give the 488 GTB that delicate balance of luxury and sportiness. Drivetrain. Note: standard Ferrari 488 GTB engine shown here. This is where the party gets started. VOS Performance was adamant about giving the 488 GTB the performance upgrade it deserves. It's a daunting task itself, since the supercar already packs a mouth-watering 670 horsepower from that 3.9-liter bi-turbo V8 engine. But VOS Performance proved to be up to the task with a 3-stage kit that produces different levels of power. All the engine kits are made up of a modified air induction system, an EQ remap, and an exclusive new exhaust system that can be ordered with either downpipes or a sports catalyst. Altogether, VOS was able to increase the output to 750 horsepower and 810 pound-feet of torque for the Stage 1 kit, and 830 horsepower and 860 pound-feet of torque for the Stage 2 kit. Then there's the Stage 3 kit, which includes the aforementioned upgrades and a more extreme tune of the engine management system, delivering an incredible 900 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. I guess we now know what VOS Performance meant by VOS-9X. No performance numbers were announced, but considering the significant addition of power into the turbocharged V8 engine, a 0 to 60 mph sprint time in the mid-2 seconds isn't out of reach. Likewise, a top speed in the vicinity of 220 miles per hour could be attainable. Remember though, these performance numbers are mere suggestions, so technically, they could be higher or lower depending on what the three-stage kits are capable of. On a related note, the tuner is also in the process of developing a Titan exhaust system range with Akrapovic, considered as one of the best exhaust manufacturers in the world. That product is scheduled to arrive in May 2016, so be on the lookout for that too. Suspension. To help accommodate the massive improvements brought forth by the engine upgrades, VOS Performance also fitted the 488 GTB with a new set of sports springs from H&R. Pricing. No price tag has been given for the VOS-9X kit, mainly because of the customizable options would-be customers have been picking what they'd like to see for their 488 GTBs. The engine upgrades alone offer some difficult choices, so as usual, it's best to contact the tuner directly to get an official price quote. Competition. Lamborghini Huracan LP 850-4 Lucifero by Wheels and More. The Ferrari 488 GTB has no shortage of competitors, but the two that immediately come to mind are the Lamborghini Huracan and the McLaren 650S. It just so happens that both the Huracan and the 650S have also been subjects of recent tuning programs. In the case of the Lamborghini, one of the more prominent kits to arrive come by way of Wheels and More. We all know what the German tuner is all about and what it's capable of, so it was no surprise that it stuck to its tried and tested formula by giving the Huracan a variety of 20 and 21-inch, race-inspired FIWE wheels and a massive engine upgrade as part of its Lucifero program. The performance modifications are particularly noteworthy because Wheels and More went with a similar strategy as VOS Performance by creating not one, not two, but three power upgrades. The first stage only brings the output up to 640 horsepower, thanks largely to the additions of a carbon frame air filter and a handmade, stainless steel exhaust system. The second stage kit adds more power to the tune of 777 ponies, courtesy of a compressor kit with a reinforced clutch and a differential lock. Finally, the third stage kit adds an EQ remap to the equation, bringing the output up to 850 horsepower. It may not be as powerful as the 900 ponies VOS Performance was able to unlock from the 488 GTB, but it's still incredibly impressive. Read our full review of the Lamborghini Huracan LP 850-4 Lucifero by Wheels and More here. McLaren 650S VU GTR Coupe by Fab Design. Back at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show, Fab Design presented the VU GTR Coupe for the McLaren 650S. It was an offshoot kit from a previous program, and yet, the results remained spectacular. On the surface, the aerodynamic kit is as impressive as any kit you'll find for the 650S. It comes with a roof scoop, a custom rear wing, and side skirts, all of which were created from carbon fiber and designed with improving the car's handling and aerodynamics. At the heart of the kit is an engine upgrade that puts extra meat into the 650S's 3.8-liter bi-turbo engine. It's not as impressive as what VOS Performance and Wheels and More were able to do for the 488 GTB and the Huracan, respectively, but it's still good enough to add an extra 32 horsepower, bringing the total output up to 672 ponies. Even though Fab Design didn't specify the results of this power upgrade, it is easy to imagine the 650S posting better performance times. For instance, the supercar can now sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just under 3 seconds, while the top speed improves to somewhere in the neighborhood of 210 miles per hour. Read our full review of the McLaren 650S VU GTR Coupe by Fab Design here. Conclusion. I was taught early on that the true value of a tuning kit doesn't come with the gaudy improvements it provides, but instead from the satisfaction of a customer who gets them. In the end, the numbers don't matter. It's all about how the kit is received. But, if anybody's looking for a stamp of approval for VOS Performance's VOS-9X kit for the Ferrari 488 GTB, I'm more than happy to provide it. To be clear, I don't know how the kit translates to the supercar, but I do know that this is the kind of kit that can maximize the potential of the 488 GTB. There are a lot of other programs out there for the 488 GTB, and this one, in my opinion, counts as one of the most rounded out there. In the end, that's really as far as I can go because ultimately, the customer will have to make a decision for himself. Love it. Carbon fiber monoblock rear wing looks mental. Plenty of engine options. Offers a lot of upgrades for various sections of the 488 GTB. Leave it. Plenty of others to choose from. Lack of an interior dress up could be a turn off.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.